Hello, welcome back to CinemaBurger's 13 Nights of Halloween as we continue with the Netflix original movie #Alive. This is a Korean zombie movie and it starts at the very beginning of a zombie virus outbreak in a Korean town. Now already this movie starts and about 5 minutes in you already hear zombies and things going wrong. We see our main character named Jun-woo as he wakes up looking for his mom, who's not here. He is a game streamer online. He has a social media account and followers, and he has a big computer setup. Now all of a sudden he hears things going on outside his window in his apartment complex, and he hears people going crazy and things like that. So this movie wastes no time, which is what I like. So like in other zombie movies, the news and media are explaining what's going on. All of a sudden people are just turning rabid, starting to bite people, acting very animalistic. They even say that they remember basic human functions like opening doors and climbing stairs and ladders. And first of all, the zombie effects are pretty good. When you see somebody turn, they get very twitchy and they move very animalistic like, and it's cool. They're not like the slow moving zombies, they're the fast moving ones. Now the opening credits actually show the virus happening, kind of. They show DNA and microscopic cells with a virus taking over. They don't explain where it came from, but they just show that it's spreading quickly and that it's happening. Now what I like about this movie that's different from other zombie movies I've noticed is that usually we've seen a lot of other zombie movies where technology is down or it's the post-apocalyptic future, so things are scarce. But in this movie, since it's just the beginning of an outbreak, a lot of technology is still available and working, and the main character, Jun-woo, uses that to his advantage in various ways, as we'll see throughout the movie. Now, as Jun-woo is looking out his window, he sees a cop trying to fend off zombies. Now, the cop is surrounded and sees no end in sight, and rather than be turned, she would rather kill herself. But as she's about to shoot herself, the zombies take away her gun from her, which is really tragic, honestly. But it's nice storytelling, because she's denied that, I guess, peaceful death, so to say. So now she's forced to become the things that she's fending off. Now, Jun-woo makes video logs as he's been alone in his apartment for about 10 to 15 days now. So he's used up most of his water and supplies since he hasn't gone grocery shopping. He gets a call from his parents saying stay inside, but he can't get back to them because the all the cell reception is down, because I guess people aren't manning them because of the outbreak. So there's kind of a disadvantage. You have all this technology, but if there's no signal or something, you're screwed. But the news has been working and the TV works, but it's updating everything as they go along. So at least he's informed about everything. Now it's been about 20 days or so. He has a dream that his parents have come home, but he wakes up to the tragedy that it was just a dream. So also he gets a call from his parents on the other line that they're in some building and that they're fine, but all of a sudden you hear zombies in the background, and it's seemingly that they get killed over the phone in a message. So at this point, Jun-woo basically contemplates suicide because his family is supposedly dead, and he has no food or water really left. He started drinking alcohol for liquids just because he's ran out of water. So as he's about to hang himself, you see a red dot. It could be a scope from a gun or something, and then they reveal that it's a girl in the apartment complex across the street, and it's a laser pointer. Now she's saying, like, what are you doing? So she actually points to words on posters throughout Junwoo's apartment to communicate, like, what are you doing, or you're stupid. So that's pretty clever, I thought. What I like about this movie also is that the main characters aren't stupid. They are pretty practical when it comes to surviving and like what to do and what not to do. It's like a quote that my friend said, like, usually people in movies don't watch movies, but it seems like these people have, and they know what to do and what not to do. So now that we've been introduced to the new character, Kim, from across the building, it definitely doesn't change the good storytelling, because a lot of times when a movie is about a singular character for however long period of time, whether it's a half an hour, most of the movie, it's really well done because the actor has to just act by himself with no one to react to, and a lot of times that's really well done, but later on if they add more characters it kind of ruins the movie. A good example of that is the movie Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. But in #Alive, the movie does a good job of making you care about Junwoo in a short amount of time, and he does a great job just being on his own and trying to survive and react to things. And then when adding Kim, that still keeps the same momentum going, and it's still really good storytelling. Now we take a look at Kim's apartment, and she has set up Home Alone style traps to ward off zombies because her door has been broken, so she can't lock it. But it's like Home Alone Zombie Edition. So throughout the movie, the zombies are kind of getting smarter, as in they're remembering what they did for a living, kinda, like one of the window operators or something, or window cleaners, realizes how to climb walls and things like that with rope. So he almost attacks Kim, but Junwoo distracts the zombie. Now, as Junwoo and Kim get to know each other, Kim sends him food since he's run out, and at one point Junwoo goes out to get supplies. Now this is the first time he's really left his apartment in about a month or so. It's a little more than an hour into the movie, and once again he's smart. He covers his arms in exposed skin so he can't get bitten. He takes a weapon, and this movie really stays away from the cliches of zombie movies, which is nice. Now, like I said, Junwoo uses technology to his advantage. He has a remote-controlled drone that he uses to send things across to Kim, and to get cell phone reception by sending his cell phone up higher in the sky. At one point, he uses a selfie stick to try to get reception because he sees someone on YouTube do it, but they ultimately fell to their death. He also finds walkie-talkies when scavenging, and he sends one to Kim so they could communicate as well. So technology is their friend in this movie for the most part. Now also, while out getting supplies, Junwoo avoids getting attacked by pretending to be a zombie, or even when he's being attacked, he uses another dead body as like a shield, so as the zombie goes to bite him, he moves the body in front of himself, so the zombie bites the dead body instead, which is pretty clever. I actually haven't really seen that in any other zombie movie. Now, at one point, when they think they're the only ones left in the town because they hear planes dropping bombs, and you see that throughout their windows, once again, they both consider killing themselves again because they feel there's nothing left and that no one's coming to rescue them. I like that idea. It is very dark, but it's kind of realistic because a lot of loneliness and isolation can give you depressing feelings. And in a zombie apocalypse, you don't see as much of that in movies. They kind of like when they find people, you see they've killed themselves, but you don't really see a lot of people just contemplating it as much or attempting it to this degree. So I think it's necessary in a movie like this. So at one point, Kim comes to Junwoo's apartment because her apartment really isn't safe anymore. So as she's coming and on the street, she's basically a ninja. She has fighting skills and she has like a little axe, so she can handle herself, which is nice. You need like a strong female character. A lot of zombie movies, at least in the olden days, tended to have the men be the strong characters, but you really need equal representation. So as they think that their 8th floor of Junwoo's building is vacant, and as a horde of zombies is coming, they go to the 8th floor and they find another person who lets them in. He says, there are choppers coming, and he offers them a drink. Now at first they're hesitant, which is again smart because you don't know what people are thinking, and eventually they give in, but they end up being drugged. This guy is basically gonna feed them to his zombie wife. Now he keeps saying, "Oh, I failed you as a husband," and he's trying to keep her alive even though she's technically undead. She's a zombie. He's gonna feed Kim to his wife. Now they fight off the zombie wife and fend off the guy, and he gets eaten by his wife, which is kind of poetic justice, I guess. As the wife is biting his neck, the husband is like, "I'm sorry, like, I failed you, and like, here, you can feed now." And it's kind of a peaceful death, but just grim at the same time, and I love it. Like, this movie has a super dark tone, but it really works here. Now, as they escape this guy's apartment, you hear the horde of zombies coming. They've taken the guy's gun that he had, and they're running to the roof while fighting off zombies, and once again, great fighting style and stunt work. Now, they get to the roof of the apartment building, and there's really no end in sight. They have the gun, and as they hear the zombies knocking on the door, they once again contemplate suicide because they see no way out. Now, the ending of this movie could have gone one of two ways. One, they just die and the movie ends. Or two, they get saved. Now, as they're still contemplating suicide, Junwoo takes the gun and shoots a couple of zombies with the remaining bullets left, and it's shot in slow motion, and it's really epic, and sad music is playing. But at the last moment, a chopper comes and saves them. Now, it was obvious this was going to happen. Maybe, like I said, it could have gone one of two ways, but I'm glad that they got saved. Like, after all this darkness and death and thoughts of suicide, it's good that they get saved at the end. Now, as they're on the chopper, the radio says that more people need to get saved, that the technology in Korea is pretty advanced. If there's no Wi-Fi, you can take a 3.5 millimeter cable, put it in your headphone jack, and you can use it as a radio. Now also, when Junwoo was making the videos for his followers, he used the hashtag alive, or hashtag I am alive, or I am human, and the government was using people on social media who were posting that they were alive to find survivors. Now that's really clever. I really like that it uses the current technology to their advantage to save people. It's also nice to have a government that is smart and checks these things and is willing to save their fellow people from a deadly virus. But I digress. So as the movie ends, you see that it was thanks to Jun Woo that many other people were saved because of the hashtag they used when posting on social media for rescue videos. And the movie ends. Now, I thought this movie was wonderful. It was just as good as another Korean zombie movie called Train to Busan, if not better. I thought the main characters were great. Like I said, they were smart. The zombie effects and actors were beautifully shot. They move like in a very twitchy way, and they change almost instantly. The movie doesn't spend like the first 30 minutes in everyday normal life waiting for the zombies to attack. It just starts like that. And this is a great movie. It's a Netflix original. I highly recommend it. Now, what would I rate this? If you're into zombie movies and you're sick of cliches, I think I'd give this definitely a 5 out of 5 burgers. I haven't given such a high rating in a while, but in a world where they destroy a genre to death with mediocre movies, it's nice to see something like hashtag Alive rise above the rest. And it's definitely worth a watch. Alright, I'm Scott Berger, and I'll see you next time.